Say hi, girl.
Hey.
Hey, first time. There's Lewis.
Hello.
And we have our ladies up here. So we finally got here around 10:30 a.m. and we drove from Coconut Grove. It was about 45 minutes away. And by the time we got there, the parking lot already filled up, just like by a few cars in front of us. So we actually had to end up parking about a few hundred feet away on the grass patch and head on in. And I would recommend, if you're gonna come here, get here between like 9 and 10 and you'll probably be able to park in there easy. This is a Saturday morning, so probably on the weekends that's the case, but during the weekday, you're probably gonna be fine. So, you know, it's about 30 bucks to get in, but we paid the 55 to get the annual pass for the Everglades National Park. And, you know, supposedly there's a lot of wildlife in here, and we saw it. So actually, first coming up was this bird that pretty sure was trying to attract my wife. Damn, dude. It's fun. Okay, so this Shark Valley place is actually like a geological depression at the head of the Shark River, and that's where its name comes from. But it's mainly this sawgrass prairie with a ton of Everglade wildlife. And they really shouldn't call it Shark Valley. It should be more like Alligator Alley. Okay. This guy is a little fatty. I'm gonna go see if I can stick the GoPro in its mouth.
Yeah, that's a smart idea.
Hey, little guy. How you doing? Wow, he looks fat and tired. Okay, until next time. So the loop is like 15 miles and you'll ride your bikes, you know, all the way across the loop if you want to do the whole thing. And about halfway through, you're gonna run into the Shark Valley Observatory, which you'll see here in just a little bit. And you can walk, bike, or take the tram around the alley, but we ended up bringing our own bikes because some friends had them available. Shout out Christine and Lewis. So I recommend doing it this way so you can kind of go at your own pace, and if you're walking or running this thing, you are probably in a really good shape. But if you're gonna take the tram, you're probably gonna be with like this small bus of like 10 or 20 people, and you're probably gonna have to share all the cool alligator adventures and like cool vistas along with a pretty good sized group of people. So take a bike, you know, get a little bit of exercise and go have some fun with some friends. Cool, so you finally get to the Shark Valley Observatory. For some reason I kept thinking it was like called Shark Tower, but one thing you'll notice, there are no sharks around here, but you have some pretty awesome views. Apparently the views are like 20-ish miles on a clear day, and it was awesome on this day in December. It was like, I don't know, 75 degrees out max when we left. And down there, you can see a whole bunch of lily pads, and actually you'll see here, we saw a big alligator just resting there. Super grandote, as my wife would say. He's a big one, and he was just chilling there the whole time. And then I go and visit my friends, and they're talking about poop.
Well, what about the bathrooms at the Coliseum?
When we were in Rome, I was like, does anybody have a question? I was like, yeah, like, where were the bathrooms? How did 80,000 people use the pooper? That's like a problem in modern day Vegas. She's like, we know they had them, but we don't know anything about that.
So I heard this one and figured y'all might appreciate it, but what do you call an alligator with a vest, a briefcase, and some spectacles? an investigator. Okay, going on to maybe some more relevant things, but some other practical stuff I'd recommend is getting there early in the morning is a really good time to see alligators, especially if it was cooler the night before, because they come out in the early morning just to lay out in the sun, gather some heat, hang out in these like little straw patches that look like sofas. They become total couch potatoes, and they seem pretty docile. So here we just came across like this cool little eddy in the water, like a little tiny cyclone down there, and I have a GoPro, so why not stick it under the water? Yeah, so there were a whole bunch of fish around here earlier when I first looked and wanted to see them. And you don't really see them right now, but it looks really cool when you pull this thing out of the water. But I end up putting it down inside of the water again, and what do you know, there's some fish just kind of hanging out. I think they like this little like pipe thing area. Maybe it's like a portal for them to another dimension. Meow, 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 meow.
Sprint, my boy. Sprint.
You got this. You can make it.
You can do it.
Wow, he's pretty fast actually.
Yeah.
And he's off. Spa.
He's like, who built this road here?
He's down to